around the world. I'm Aaron Phillips, anchoring in Las Vegas, a very sweltery, sweaty, stinky Las Vegas today as we are projected to hit triple digits for the first time in 2024. And, of course, the one who always remains her cool, calm, and collected individual self, Miss Doc Val. How are you, my friend?
Aloha. I am doing awesome. I want to show you something, and I'll tell you that no matter what the temperature is outside, I am one happy camper. I am sharing at this moment. That is my daughter-in-law, my son, and my grandbaby Evan, and our newest Klingelhofer edition, Miles. So
right on. Welcome, Miles. As they say from where I come from, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Wonderful news that the K family, your family, the K family, and the general K family continues to grow. Hey, I want to welcome everybody to today's edition. Whether you're watching us on Facebook, you know how to find us. You're already there. But if you want to watch it on WWDB-TV Las Vegas, that's a new Facebook page. You got to make sure you search Las Vegas now. YouTube, same thing, WWDB-TV. You don't need the Las Vegas there, just WWDB-TV, of course. The Kiwanis Connect show on YouTube. And then in a couple of days, where can we go? Well, hopefully you have Roku. If you have Roku, download the WWDB-TV channel to Roku. And not only will you get the opportunity to watch all of the Kiwanis Connect shows that help change the world, but also the what? The plethora, the choices, the plethora, the humongous menu of shows with which you can indulge and binge watch right here on this very network. Our phone number today is 702-992-3207. Today, we're going to start kicking off going to Hawaii. I would have worn my Hawaiian shirt, but it's packed in a box, which I cannot identify at this time. And by the way, is your other half, Mr. Andy, watching today?
He is. He's actually online on the YouTube channel.
Oh, well, good.
It up in the living room.
Because I have a surprise for him. So I hope he's watching. Andy, this is for you today, Andy. Look, I got shorts on today, Andy. I got my shorts on just for you, buddy. And with bad dad jokes coming up at the end of the show, the sheets that I've been using have seen better life. So you know what that means, huh?
The what you've been using?
Sheets.
Oh.
No, not the other word.
It means
today,
new sheets.
I'm breaking in the new book, A Dad Joke a Day. But given the fact we're halfway through May, you ain't just getting one, folks. You're going to get a couple out of the new book today. So breaking in a new book today. Anyway, a lot to talk about. Val, how's your world since we last met? We have a guest, which you can introduce here in a moment. But, hey, you had a great Mother's Day. Yeah, I saw the picture. You made it down to Grandma.
Absolutely. It was, everybody keeps saying, Val, how do you do it? And it's like, you can't not do it. Mm-hmm. As long as you are physically able, mentally able, you figure it out. And so being able to hang out with my grandmother and my mom in Phoenix, it was a little turnaround kind of trip. It was so worth it. And, I think all of us need to just do that sometimes, get on the bus, get on the plane, walk, but connect with someone that you haven't connected with in a long time.
Absolutely. Well said. I mean, when I saw the picture of you with your mom and your grandma, I mean, given the fact that my mom's no longer here, my grandparents are long deceased, brought a nice little swell to the heart to see 3 generations, I think was the message I put in there, 3 generations strong. So that's wonderful. And like you said, actually, I think Nike said it best years ago with 3 very simple words, just do it, just get it done, right? So, or absolutely. Larry the Cable Guy would say, get her done, right? That's what he would say, right? Here's your son. No, that's not, that wasn't Larry the Cable Guy.
That's Foxworthy. That's so Foxworthy, isn't that?
Right. That was Bill Engvall who did the sign.
Oh, man.
That's right. Bill Engvall. It was Jeff and Larry the Cable Guy, and there was the 4th guy, Ron, something or other. Mm-hmm. I didn't like him as much as I liked the others, Ron, but they were good. No, they were. He did the tater tots thing. Mm-hmm. I think that was the best I liked. Anyway.
Well, my mom and grandma both have said you're adopted. So
I'm adopted.
You are adopted. You are in the family. Mom's already adopted John. She just thinks the best of the world.
She just wants that dinner from John. That's all. She just wants.
She does. She's a smart woman.
And the limo ride.
I'm in there.
But she's also adopted, and one of her first adoptees in Kiwanis is our guest today, Steve Click. Steve Click is actually coming in, and it's a little early for him. So if you look at his background, no, it is Just a little after 6, huh, Steve?
Oh, yep. Just after 6, the sun is out there because the sky's lighter than it was. It's behind clouds.
It's on
So
its way.
where exactly are you today? Because I know you're going to be in Alaska next week. So where are you today?
Yeah, well, I am in the village of Volcano, or on the edge of the village Volcano, about 7 miles from the active, although she's sleeping, Pele, the goddess of fire, is sleeping right now. But the active volcano that you've been hearing about the last several years is about 7 miles away in the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. And we are south, and I'm still getting my directions here. We're south of Hilo, and Hilo is east of where our convention is going to be in August, our district convention, which is in Kona. So
Very
I'm
cool.
I'm near Hilo.
I have a Kona.
He has a Kona. You know, for me, Hilo is like a second home. I feel like Hilo is preserved Hawaii. It looks like what people imagine Hawaii would be like. So
Right. Yeah. People describe it sometimes as the 50s, the 1950s and 60s of Hawaii. It's a community of, it's on the water on Hilo Bay, and it's a very long time community of people there, but it's only got in the town itself less than 50,000 people. In the greater area, I mean, the island is 4,000 square miles, and 4,000 square miles is bigger than Connecticut and Delaware, and not bigger than Virginia Beach. Yay. But if most of us are from California, Nevada, and if you know San Luis Obispo County between LA and San Francisco, the whole county of San Luis Obispo is about 4,000 square miles, about the same size as the Big Island. And San Luis has about 280,000 people living in the county. In our county, the county of Hawaii, that's its name, is about 180,000 people.
Wow.
So it's a lot of open space, a lot of space covered with, well, so, as somebody said, we had a friend come from California, and he kept on saying, he'd look down at the ground and he'd go, "And this is lava too?" I go, "Yes." And he'd go, "And over there, that's lava too?" I go, "Yes." I said, "The whole island is volcanic.
John
there wouldn't be an island here."
John is behind the camera and the microphone right now, going like this, like he's got a question or a comment. So I'm just going to warn you, Steve.
Okay.
Be prepared, because I cannot control. I don't have the beeper. So go ahead, John.
Do you know what the first question I ask people from Hawaii?
No.
Are you FBI?
FBI.
From the Big Island?
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun,
I've never heard that.
From the Big Island FBI.
Well, now you have.
That's like a bad dad joke starting early. I think.
Yeah.
I really.
Who
No one's
said
trying to
that
steal your thunder.
No. The good news is I can only go up from there. That's the good news.
That's the good news.
It is from the Big Island.
It's not a competition. It's
Well, it
cooperation.
really is a big island, because people say we've lived here permanently less than 2 years. We came the beginning of July of 2022, and we love it. Our area, we have 3 acres of rainforest, tropical rainforest, running between 150 and 180 inches of rain a year, and it's year round. So if you're coming to the convention in August, be prepared that there may be some downpours happening, even though Kona's on the dry side. Hilo's the wet side. The east side is wet, and the west side is basically much drier, much drier. There are places on this island that only get 10 to 15 inches a year of rain or
Wow.
precipitation. And and so there's a big variable. One of the other exciting things about the island of Hawaii is talking about volcanic action. And you never know about Pele. Pele could wake up. She's been rumbling a lot, so she must have eaten something that didn't work well with her.
Must have heard John's joke.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the garlic and onion macadamias.
Actually, you can get macadamia nuts dusted in Spam dust, and they sort of have the Spam flavor to them, amongst many other flavors, but that's one of them. You know.
I'm hitting up
Well, you
Amazon
are
right now.
scaring me. You are scaring me.
Yeah. So, Val,
Well,
you and Andy
Paul
can
Larson.
I'll get a can of them for you and Andy.
Oh, you don't like us anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no. I have Spam in the refrigerator. It's going to be in the scrambled eggs this morning, along with the Korean chicken.
I'm sure many people know this, but I just want to put it out there for those who are not from our district, because fortunately we are seen worldwide. What is the dates of district convention in August?
Well, I thought we would never be asked that.
Well, I'm just kind of teeing it up. We're not going to get deep yet because we're coming up on a break. So I'm just throwing the first softball at you.
It's August 8th. If you're a golfer and you want to join the golf tournament, that's at 7:00 on Thursday morning, August 8th. And then there's some board meetings that afternoon, but the convention itself is August 9 and 10. So it's Friday and Saturday. It's at the Outrigger Resort and Spa, which is at the south end of Kona, the opposite end from the airport, from the Kailua Kona Airport, KOA Airport. And and so we're expecting people that first full weekend of August.
How long is the ride? You said it's on the opposite end by the air. So how far of a drive is it from the airport to the resort?
It's about 35, 40-minute drive, surely.
That's not bad. That's what it takes to get from my house to the studio on a good day.
Yeah, and that's with traffic. And traffic, if it says speed limit says 35 miles an hour, you need to go 35 miles an hour. Oh, police cars. Most of the police cars on this island, at least, I don't know about the rest of the state, but on this island are they're not marked because they're the personal vehicle of the officer. But you can tell by the blue light on the top of the vehicle. And it could be a truck. It could be I haven't seen a Mini Cooper, but I mean, they're all shapes, sizes, colors of vehicles. And the blue light, if the blue light's off, it means basically that they're not on duty. But of course, they are always on duty.
Sure.
If the light is blue, it's a blue bar, it means that they're on duty. And if it's flashing, you pull off to the side.
So
be it you or be it to allow them to go by.
Is that like permanent on their vehicle, or is it like the old Starsky and Hutch Red Bull?
No, I've seen. Basically, the bar seems to be attached, but it's right on top.
Gotcha.
And then the other lights, because you don't see them very often, because they usually aren't speeding around and stopping people, are red, white, and blue, like all the tail lights and that sort of thing. But the front light itself is blue.
Right on. Well, we're going to leave it right there, because when we come back, we're going to light up the information about convention. See what I did there? The lights, we're going to. All right. Thank God we're going to take a break so we can recover from that one. Thank you for watching Kiwanis Connects. More with Steve, Val, and myself if you choose to. Hopefully you do. We'll be right back.
The Kiwanis Club of Folsom Lake is a group of fun, passionate people from all different backgrounds and interests who are dedicated about making our community a better place for children. We have 3 fundraising events throughout the year which allow us to support an after-school program for disadvantaged kids, high school scholarships, sponsors Key Club in high schools, and supports the Kiwanis Family House, which builds a supportive, healing community around families who are impacted by medical emergencies. Come check us out by visiting our website, www.folsomlakekiwanis.org.
All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. Steve Kleck, he is the convention chair for Hawaii. As you can tell, it's still the middle of the night there, or he says he's in his closet somewhere. You could choose whatever you want to believe. And of course, Doc Val is here. All right, Doc Val, let's take it away. Let's get started about convention. Take it away.
Well, I am so excited that we're doing this. And so Steve actually is the chair for our district convention this year. And so he's the perfect person to get us excited and get us rolling on this. And so, Steve, can you tell us a lot about what you've got planned for us? Starting from arrival.
We've got planned the I guess you could say the traditional sessions on all day Friday, starting at 8:00 with our first general meeting session with all the attendees. Registered attendees, and including the delegates for later on Saturday afternoon. But we'll have pomp and circumstance. We're still working on doing the fine tuning with some of the entertainment, and it'll be local. And we're trying to do it. School's already in session. That's Friday of the first week of school, and a little sideline for if there are any educators out there, the school district that the island of Hawaii is part of is a state. It's one single school district in the whole state. It's the State Department of Education is the school district, which sort of surprised me. I'm a retired elementary teacher from Alaska, and then some other substituting, guest teaching in California. So that sort of surprised me. One school district. But so we may not have the kids until Saturday, but we're trying to get some entertainment, some hula. And I found out, and I'm sure I've said it incorrectly. Hula, it isn't, you don't call it hula dance. Just like you don't say a waltz dance or a tango dance. It's hula. And hula is very popular here. You'll see people hulaing in the aisles sometimes. I mean, it is so neat. It's really a relaxed atmosphere here. So there's hula. There'll be some giving a little bit away on Saturday morning. We're going to be having hula dances out on the lawn, probably. Hopefully it won't be raining that morning. But out on the lawn, and the attendees who take the hula lessons will be invited if they're going to the lunch. A couple hours later, if we're going to the luncheon, they will be the entertainment.
I love it. I love it. So anybody can sign up to learn and then be part of the entertainment?
Yeah, you could be part of the entertainment. You're invited up to the stage and you do the hula, and you're the students. Some of the Key Club are SLP or Service Leadership Program kids from the high school level. We'll have some kids there, and they will be the hula instructors, along with a very wonderful woman.
I want to challenge my team right now. All those people who are on the Smile team in 22-23, if you show up to do the lessons and dance, I will show up and do the lessons and dance.
Does that include Andy? I want to see Andy out there.
Ooh, that's good.
That would be we're going to do that as a fundraiser. If you guys want to see Andy hulaing, you got to put money in the pot.
I would pay money to the individual who will videotape that for me. Send it to me because I want to see that.
All right. He's going to shake his hips.
All right. That sounds good.
I will also make sure you have 911 on standby. That's all. A little hip protection there. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah. In addition to that, there's a special session, and it's probably going to be on Saturday also, I think, which is a half day of sessions. Because then the second half of the day is the business of the district with the House of Delegates. But it's a historian, local Hawaiian historian and legend teller. And I expect wonderful things. I don't know him. I haven't met him, but our Lieutenant Governor Neal is a really good friend of his. And I believe that this man is the son of a longtime Kiwanian who I don't think is with us anymore. I just heard that the other night. We had our division council meeting on Wednesday night, and I found out exactly who that person was. So I'm looking forward to that. And lei making with natural materials is going to be happening on Saturday with the Key Club again. And speaking of Key Club,
I was going to say, hold on a moment. I think that Maritza's going to be doing lei making because she says people would pay her to not hula. So just making sure that we have an opportunity for everybody. So if you're not shaking your hips, you're going to go do lei making.
Can you bring a hoop?
If you want to do both, it's as far as I know, it's going to be scheduled one after the other. So you can do both. It isn't an either or type thing.
If somebody wanted to bring a hoop to help them hula, is that okay?
Even I didn't go there.
We've had that done before.
See?
You could also bring a torch. You could have a hula torch with flames on the end, but not on the inside. I'm sure.
No,
I think Andy should not have flames. I'm just saying it now. No flames.
What a flaming hula hoop.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That'd be even better.
That'll make it spin pretty fast, wouldn't it?
So,
by the way, Steve, I want to offer this. I'm sorry. I don't know who's emceeing your event or all that sort of stuff, but if there's any voiceover introductions that you would like to have done for segments and whatever it is, let me know. I will have a studio at my new structure. I will be happy to record any voiceover stuff you want. So at least I'll be there in voice and spirit. If you choose to, just hit me up. Tell me what you need. Send me scripts. I'll voice it and ship it out to you.
All right. I will write your name down and pass it along through the planning team.
Okay.
And speaking of planning teams, we've been working since October on it. And the host committee is Division 22, which is the state of Hawaii. Right now, we have 10 clubs on the four major islands. There are 2 clubs here on the Big Island, the East Hawaii, which is my club in Hilo, and then the Kailua Kona Club, which is in Kona. And we've been working on this, trying to make it very local as much as we can, the feel of Hawaii. And I've been saying when I've come to different conferences or mid-years, last year's convention, come and spend some extra time. Just don't fly in on Wednesday night and leave on Sunday morning. Come and enjoy Hawaii. And just remember that every 1,000 miles that you're flying from the West Coast, move your watch back an hour, because when it's noon in Los Angeles, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, which means that we're also members. My husband and I, Dana and I, are still members of the Atascadero Club in San Luis Obispo County. And when they have their 7 o'clock in the morning meetings, breakfast meetings, it's 4 o'clock for us in the morning. And I usually go back to bed after the meeting and get 2 more hours of sleep.
Heck, I'd be laying in bed with a different screen behind me. Are you kidding? I'd stay right in bed.
Yeah, I've tried that. It didn't work.
Didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. So the sessions are going to be the usual sessions also, of course. And that's a great time for Kiwanians to get together, share ideas, come up with some new ones. Maybe even you've been doing something with your club for a number of years, and it's sort of routine now. You may find out something where you want to say, hey, let's add that. Let's revise this part, change this part, and add this new piece in. And it might be the difference between night and day on that, with that. And so we'll be doing that. There'll be leadership, classes on leadership and how to what was it years ago, the best show in town. Kiwanis do that. Have Kiwanis be the choice that people have to being able to provide service to the community, and be a, with the club that has a handful of people, let's get 2 handfuls of people. That might be the goal for the next year, and providing service and opportunities for local community members to be able to help out in their community. And still, I wear a button that says "Ask me about Kiwanis" almost every day that I go out, and probably half the time somebody asks me something or tells me a story that their softball team when they were a kid was sponsored by here in Hawaii. It's Kiwanis, and and they have those memories, but they may not make that connection between the pancake breakfast makers and what's happening with the Key Club. And the Key Club some of those kids may not even get a real close connection to, oh, we're part of the Kiwanis family. And over here it's Ohana, and Hawaii is full of Ohana. I mean, we during the pandemic, every day was,
John.
Ohana's important. Ohana. And that's what we always say about Kiwanis, is the Kiwanis family.
We have a phone call, and while we're waiting for John to connect that, Douglas asks, what do you need us to bring in our bags to help with the support for Lanai? Is that what that says? Can't read it.
Lahaina. Yeah, Lahaina.
Yeah, Lahaina.
Yeah. At this point, still, it's usually money, and because it's expensive to get the products there, and yeah, it's hard to say. They're starting to reconstruct on the island. They're cleaning up areas, and as soon as it passes inspections for all the, they're decontaminating all the things that burned up that, would contaminate the environment. Yeah, they've got a lot further to go still, but they're starting to do that.
What types of things are the most expensive for people to buy when they're trying to get items on island?
Things that are heavy.
Okay.
Yeah. With us, with the focus on kids, I'd say school supplies. It's going to be coming up. As I said, it's August 4th is the first day of school, and on all the islands. And so those kinds of things, and it could be, and it's multiple things. I'm a retired elementary teacher, and so I always try to go out and get a class worth of folders, because I was really strong into writing. And so, kids, take out your yellow folder, and all 27 of them have a yellow folder because, it was provided.
I don't know if there's a Target out in that area, but I know, like you just said, they always have the large quantities, like spiral notebooks for $1, or the folder books like you're talking about in packages of 10 or 15, really inexpensive. But what the leading question there is, along with the school, where are these students going to be taught? What structures are available for the students to go to have instruction in August?
They've been working on getting the kids back into their they did lose a couple schools, as in burned down, but the other kids have been, and those students that were affected by there's no longer a building,
right,
were moved out to other sites and other schools, and they're getting as fast as they can then back into at least a home area school or building or facility. I did read somewhere that there was like a warehouse, but not a warehouse that couldn't be easily changed into school,
right,
that didn't burn, and they were able to make it into a makeshift until the schools are redone.
I think that started in January, didn't it, Aaron? And I didn't mean to step over you, Aaron. So
no, okay.
Yeah, because as we're having this conversation, it's like I keep thinking, I think Douglas's question is really good, that we could brainstorm and people could say, my layover when I fly out to Kona, because I'm actually going to fly into Hilo, stay a day, and then drive over. My layover is in Maui. I have a 3.5-hour layover.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some other folks that have a 3.5-hour layover. But let's put a shout out to our Maui folks and say, if we have our layover, can you meet us? And we'll give you a rolly suitcase with 50 heavy notepads and pens and paper and stuff like that.
It's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maui has, I believe, 3 clubs. It's hard to tell in this state. I mean, I was born and raised in California, and you say, oh, yeah, Folsom Lake, and I have an idea where it is. And, I mean, county by county, there might be another Folsom Lake in California that I don't know about, but, I know where that one is. And here they'll say, oh, it's in Waimea. Well, there are 3 Waimeas on 3 of the different islands.
Oh, wow.
And so I even put that in Waimea, Hawaii, into my map finder thing. And I'm usually sent to Oahu because Oahu has a Waimea. And I go, no, none of this looks familiar on this map. And I shrink it down and it's the wrong island. It's a couple hundred miles away. So
John is like that in a broom closet, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. Turn on the light first. If there's one in there.
He is the light. Oh my! And the bulb continues to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer.
Yeah. But that's really good idea. I will write it down and see what we can do. And it might be just something because and I'm glad you talked about the flights. Direct flights. You're more than likely, like 99% of direct flights from the West Coast or the West Coast area, it will fly into Kona, not into Hilo.
Mm-hmm.
Hilo has almost 0 direct flights from anywhere, unless it's another Hawaiian island. And it would be Kahului on Maui or Honolulu. And so those are the hubs. And so if you're going to fly, we used to fly out of San Jose on Alaska Airlines. And it's direct into Kona. San Diego's direct into Kona. Seattle, if you flew like from Ontario up to Seattle, you could get to Kona. There's probably one in Las Vegas. I'm sure Reno doesn't have a direct flight, but there might be a Las Vegas one.
Well, and there are good sales right now.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, in 2009, I went out for the Pro Bowl from Vegas to cover the football game, and we stopped in L.A. We had a layover in L.A. for about 3 hours going, and we had a layover coming back also for a couple of hours. So there might be now, I think, doesn't Hawaiian Air, I think, now travels into Vegas. I just don't know if it's direct or not. So things may have changed. I need to digress for one moment because of our conversations. One of our fans who's been following us and following the shows and stuff that I do, Meredith Allen Gordon, is down in San Marcos, Texas right now. And she says, we are looking to get involved with Kiwanis in San Marcos, Texas. So we need to get her information as to who either lieutenant governor is, whatever her contact, because Meredith, if you join soon, then you too can join all the fun in Hawaii as a guest and take in a convention. And what else? You're going to go to Hawaii. Who cares whether it's your district or not? But you'll be able to absorb a lot of great information from a ton of Kiwanians in the Cal Neva district. But we'll make sure that she gets that information as well. So thank you, Meredith, for sharing. I want to step aside for a break and then go to the top because I want to get into, she was a member up in Kirkland, Washington. Okay, she's even experienced. Excellent. I want to get into, and you kind of touched on, we know that one of the general sessions usually is the business one, aye, yay, vote, nay, and all that. I want to find out what might be on the ballot for our delegates to think about for DCON as clubs are getting ready to start selecting, if they haven't already done so, the club delegates and how they should be voting on behalf. So we'll get into that next. You're watching Kiwanis Connects, more with Steve and Val, bad dad jokes at the end, thank God, and me. We'll be right back.
Thanks to the efforts of the Cal Neva District of Kiwanis, there's been a Kiwanis presence in the Rose Bowl Parade for more than half of the New Year's Day parade since 1921. In the past, our efforts were funded through club sponsorships, outside sponsorships, by the generous donations from Kiwanis members or club foundations sponsoring riders on the Kiwanis float itself. The District Rose Float Committee handles fundraising, and the Kiwanis Rose Float Club secures and organizes the volunteers. When Kiwanis International wanted to sponsor a large portion of our float, momentum from our clubs was lost due to any fundraising. The time has come to have our clubs increase their involvement in the fundraising efforts. But the Rose Float Kiwanis Club needs the help from all Kiwanis clubs, its members, and businesses to answer the call for support. Visit our Kiwanis Rose Float page on Facebook. Help make sure that Kiwanis International will let the world continue to smell the roses for a long time. At Kiwanis Family House, we build communities and give hope. But when someone is sick, families can be tested in ways they never imagined. Parents have to travel far from home to get their child the complex medical care needed. They may have to miss work and worry about paying the bills, and all the while, trying to keep their family together. That's where Kiwanis Family House comes in. Kiwanis Family House provides a home away from home for families with sick family members receiving treatment at nearby hospitals. Families stay at Kiwanis Family House for as long as they need. This allows them to be close to their sick family member and each other during a stressful time. Every day, Kiwanis Family House witnesses how families are a powerful source of support and healing during difficult times due to illness or trauma. Every day, Kiwanis Family House celebrates the importance of family and the power of love and support. All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. Great commercials that WWDB TV puts together for Kiwanis clubs and organizations like the Kiwanis Family House. If you are interested in doing so, please send me an email, kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. Portions of those proceeds also benefit the Rose Float Committee Club to keep our float floating, as well as the fact that the rest of the donations go to maintain this show on the air. So please.
And Meredith could join that club.
Oh, yes, Meredith. Get it. There you go, Meredith. That's your first assignment. By the way, if you're a business owner and a Kiwanian within a club and you want a commercial done for your business or whatever, you too will receive the Kiwanis rates as we are offering to the clubs. Please email me, kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. All right, let's get back to it. Steve Click joins us. He is the decon chair out there in Hawaii and out on Kona. And so I want to ask this question. We know conventions are wrought with needs to do business. It's not all just socializing and fun, of course. We wish it was. But, of course, the House of Delegates is the mainstay on Saturday in the afternoon generally. What kind of things will be discussed and voted on that clubs and delegates should be aware of?
All right. That's an easy question to ask. Yeah. Hard to answer. Some of the items could be something that comes up at Kiwanis International Convention, because there are things that happen at the national or international level that we need to consider or agree to at the district level, the district being California, Nevada, and Hawaii, therefore the CNH. And other things are routine memoriams, thank yous to different groups, different individuals, maybe who have passed over the year. I believe, and I will be a delegate from my club, but I believe that there'll probably be something to do with dues increase, and it could be, I don't know, Val, you're going to help me on this. If it'll be international or district dues or something, but there's, we're losing membership, and yet people want to continue the services that are being provided, and that takes money, and there's fewer of us, providing the money, that sort of thing.
So one of the things we were talking about is what we'll be doing is we'll be ratifying some amendment changes to our bylaws, and part of that's coming out of the bylaws committee. So we'll be posting a bunch of that out there because Kiwanis International hopefully will get their dues increase. And so with that dues increase, we won't have to do another major jump within the division, our district.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a biggie. That's
Yep.
a biggie. And you know, what's the biggest part of why we have our business meeting?
An election.
Yay!
Yay! All right. We'll be electing we have a governor elect at this point, Doug Frost, who, if he becomes the governor select between the convention and October 1, when the new governor takes over the responsibilities of the district, it'll be Doug Frost, and there will also be having Steve Gerasi is running to be the new governor-elect for what would be 25, 26?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 25, 26. And so we'll be taking care of those elections. One thing is that's important to know is how many delegates can my club send to the district convention as a delegate, as a voting delegate. You can send more members to participate, but clubs are limited to up to 3 delegates. And there's a whole listing at cnhkiwanis.org. Registration is online, and it talks about registration for the convention itself. Early bird is coming up early in June, I think, and then it'll be a little bit of a bump increase in price. It also talks about the hotel, the Outrigger Resort and Spa, and information on that. We've got a block of rooms that are nicely priced. They're not Las Vegas prices or Reno prices, but they are nicely priced for the hotel.
I think one was like $229.
Yeah.
All the way up to $289. You get an ocean view for $289 at the Outrigger. Yeah. Do we have any pictures of this hotel? John, is John able to queue up any pictures?
I don't. Unless he was sent anything, we don't have. So
yeah, I had sent out.
We just got the links. We didn't grab any pictures to pull off of that.
Okay, so maybe we can put a link in there.
Well, I'm sure next week we'll keep talking about it. So we'll make sure we have some pictures for the next show as well. I want to go back to the dues question, and I just want to put out a shameless plug for Kiwanis Connects, because why? I can do that. We had Ben Hendricks on, not once but twice, last month in April. If you go to the Kiwanis Connects Facebook page, I'm sure the dates are the same on YouTube or Roku. April 12th was part 1, where he beautifully laid out some diagrams and graphs about where our membership is versus even the other service groups and everything. Thus far, that video is closing on almost 96,000 views for people gaining information. So go there to get that information. And then part 2, which aired on April 26th, we had Gary Graham on there. We were kind of revisiting the dues information again, but we're also talking about the possibility of international trustees being restructured and being reduced, and that's something that will affect districts across the world. That was done on April 26th. Due to personal situations, I was a little delayed in getting those shows out there. So far in one day, part 2 has nearly 18,000 views in just one day. Wow. So those 2 videos, folks, go out there. If you want to learn more about the dues questions and concerns that Steve was talking about, probably would be very good to review with your delegates so that they get a full understanding, so that nothing gets lost in translation, because you're hearing it from the horse's mouth, the man who's chomping on all these numbers, and that's Ben Hendrickson up in Indianapolis. So I just wanted to share that the resources there where everybody can get that info.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go on, Val.
I was going to share. There are some people popping in. My phone is buzzing like heck. Can you maybe hearing it? But people are buzzing in, like my couple of friends in the Southwest District. If you're a Kiwanian and you want to register, right, you can do that.
Right.
And so I would encourage people that if you want to register and you want to be in our Kiwanis hotel block, because the prices are fabulous for the hotel, you want to do it right away. And so, Steve, can you spotlight a little bit more about where we're staying, because
Yes,
it's beautiful.
it'd be my pleasure. I haven't been there for a couple of weeks. Actually, we're going to be going nearer it this morning. But if you happen to have gone in 2018 to the convention, the district convention, it was in the same hotel. It was a different name.
Mhm.
It's now an outrigger. It went through a couple of hands, and basically it has been fully renovated from the convention area at one end all the way to the manta ray viewing area at the other end of the hotel, the
Cool.
inside and outside. And so I think, the basics are still the same,
Mhm.
but what we saw in February is a very nice changes and making everything new and fresh and clean. And we'll probably be the first or one of the first big groups to come into it being done.
So we
So
can swim with the manta rays? Are
you
they
can
still doing
swim with
that?
the manta rays. You can swim with the manta rays at night. There's some
Oh.
tours, and the boats. Some of the boats leave within a quarter mile of where the hotel is, and and so they have big lights because the manta rays, the lights attract the food that the manta rays eats, and manta rays don't eat us, but we're too big. But they're big. I mean, the rays themselves are feet across, and they're just flying through the water with their wings. And there's a viewing area from the hotel that looks right down, and you see the boats at night. And they're the rays. They come up with their big mouths. Actually, their mouths are smaller. It's their scooping in all their krill and other items. And so that's an exciting thing there. There's a nice pool. As I said, there's a golf tournament Thursday morning. The golf course is right next to the hotel. It's not attached to the hotel as in, ownership or anything, but it's right there. I also mentioned that, with the distance, the airport is north of Kailua Kona and the hotel is south of Kailua Kona. And it's got public service. There's a public bus service, and in Kailua Kona, because that's the tourist part of the island, it has a trolley, and all the public buses for residents and everybody is free. Time-wise, I mean, it isn't every 15 minutes type thing, but there's a trolley that takes probably a half mile away from the hotel is their last turnaround point for the trolley, and it takes you back up to the main part of Kailua Kona, and you can get the information on that at the hotel. Other than that, the suggestion is that somebody from your party, rent a car, and then you can get out and see the rest of the island too.
There's one of the links, Val, that you provided in our emails this week, and I was just kind of looking at it. It's the one on the Kalniva Hawaii District Convention where it lists everything, the form, the rates, the prices, registration. So I just want to echo some of the information as it's 10 of already, so we got to start kind of tying this up here. But room rates, like you said, $229 for single rate resort view. For quad rate, oceanfront goes to $429. So there's all sorts of rates and availability. But the registration cutoff date is July 15th, folks. So get your calendars marked. Early registration by June 7th, $240. Regular registration fee by July 19th is $260. You can also say if it's the last minute you want to come, on-site registration is $280. And then there's club information there and stuff and the meals and everything that's available. Just refresh my memory, either one of you, back in my day, which sounds like a great name for a segment, when I used to go as a delegate, Clubs, my home clubs had money that they were able to provide me to help offset some of my costs. Now, I know that that's probably club by club, but would it be fair to say that if someone's elected delegate or club should share with possible delegates, hey, we have X amount of dollars that we can offer to help cover costs? Is that still a thing?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And it's sort of club by club, as and location to location. We're a more expensive location because
Sure.
it costs, basically costs more to get here, being in the district. But and a reminder that past lieutenant governors can be elected by a club that is not their club in their division, and be able to represent that club as a delegate in case the club can't, isn't able to send somebody.
Right
the
on.
most economical way to do this, though, is to join in on the Big Kahuna registration package, because the Big Kahuna gives you a discount for all the meals that are provided while you're there, as well as your registration. And what my home club is doing is my home club is paying for 100% club registration, because there are two different rates for 100%. We have 6 people coming from our club, and we only have 2 of them are delegates, but it's for $1,000, basically $998. We're dividing that $998 up amongst all 6 people, and so that reduces our registration. And there are certain meals that some of the folks are not going to attend, and some of them that they will. I'm encouraging them to attend all of them, but they only listen so much to me. So.
Yeah.
All right. I just put the link that I was referring to in the chat room on Facebook. So if it's easy access there, you can grab it there and copy it. We need to kind of put a neat little bow on this. Convention, again, is going to be August 9 and 10. But if you want to go early on the 8th, and I do recommend what Steve suggests, get out there early, enjoy the islands, and explore as much as you can. And if you can't get there early, stay a couple of days after. It's okay. Call in sick. Nobody will know the difference. But check it out. Take advantage of it. And again, Steve, we want to thank you for joining us from a very early Hawaii time out there and sharing with us the start for us to start thinking about convention.
Yeah. Mahalo. This is my pleasure.
Thank you. You're welcome to stay if you want to not laugh a whole lot of bad dad jokes here momentarily. But Val, are we going on the road? Do we have to rev up the car?
We do not have to rev up the car this time around, because I am staying put for a little bit.
All right. So the car's in the garage.
And Andy's going, dad jokes, dad jokes, dad jokes.
Andy's ready. All right. So only because Andy asked for it, the car's staying in the garage. Therefore, it is time for bad dad jokes. Take it away. All right, if that doesn't get you revved up for jokes, I don't know what will. John has not obviously worked on the suggestion of breaking that little video up. He's got that on his homework assignment. So I am breaking in one of 3 new bad dad joke books I purchased from Amazon, because why? The papers are highlighted as could be, and they are done. We're putting them to rest. Therefore, here you go. Andy, and again, if you didn't see the beginning, yes, I am wearing shorts today. I'm delivering them in comfort. Here we go. What kind of exercise do lazy people do? Diddly squats. Remember, folks, I just read them. I don't write them. Okay. What did the little corn say to the mama corn?
Where is popcorn?
Very good. Nicely done there, boss lady. Very nice.
Wow.
Wow. That's
1,000.
That's why. Hey, how does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side.
Oh.
Did you get that one? Oh, you guys got. I have guests that just walk in that I'm meeting with after the show, and they just start, and they're leaving very quickly now. They're saying, "The hell with that stuff." All right. Hey, what's a tornado's favorite game to play? No.
Twister.
Yes, Twister. Give it up to that's 2 for today, Val. Holy cow. Who was Socrates' worst student? Mediocrities. I'm only reading them, guys. Don't kill the messenger there. Let's see. That's too easy. That was no. I got to get to the one I shared with you before. Where should a dog never go shopping, by the way? A flea market. I'm noticing our views from Val. That's not good. Why did the piano teacher need a ladder, by the way? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about the teacher needed a ladder?
To get to the high C?
The high notes. You need to reach the high notes. Yes, you got it. All right, I'll end on this one because this was my favorite one shut up. But wait a minute. I got 2 more because I got one to honor your grandbaby, but I'll do that one last. So here's the one that I liked. What do you call a blind dinosaur?
Extinct.
No, that's not bad. You call a blind dinosaur do you think they saw us? And Val, this is for you and your grandbaby. She liked that one. I can see there's always one in every bunch. I get Val, and I hope Andy's laughing. Andy, please let me know you're at least laughing somewhere. That's all I want to know. Last but not least, when is a baby good at basketball? Say it with me now. When it's dribbling. There you see. That was for you. That one didn't get. I got like the old timpani roll in here, like bah, bah, bah. Anyway. All right. New bad dad jokes. I don't know if they're any better or not, but at least the book looks more impressive than my highlighted papers. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Steve, once again, thank you for getting up early in Hawaii. We're getting ready for District Convention, August 8th through, I'm going to put the 8th in there, August 8th through 10th. Get there, play golf, enjoy before get down to business and have some fun. And let's face it, really the only business is Saturday afternoon. The rest is fun and socializing and building those relationships and checking out the vendors and all that sort of stuff. So go out there and enjoy. I just wish I'd be able to go, but the timing on convention, nobody asked me in terms of when to schedule it based on my move. So, I have to miss it. So if you need me for voiceovers, hook me up. Thank you again, Steve.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Doc Val, final thoughts on the day before we say goodbye.
I'm hoping that this is going to be the biggest, largest convention, second to Las Vegas, which will be there next year. So if you can't make Hawaii this year, it'll be in Las Vegas next year. And so, yeah.
I guess I'll have a reason to have to come back to Vegas next year.
Yes. And so as I'm looking at all the comments, it's like, please, if you can't be there, log in. Some things will be available online. And I am so excited about this convention because I know that Steve was the right person for our governor to choose to make chair because he has such great ideas and insight, and he's leading an amazing team. So thanks, Steve, for being here and being here early. And with that, Aaron, I'm going to stop talking because I could talk forever.
That's okay. It's your show. I'm just here along for the ride. That's all. I actually got a lot of comments in the chat room about my jokes today. Of course, ending with Andy, they are good today. So I appreciate that. Chuggy put a LOL. So I know I'm reaching people. So anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. First, we got to get Denver in July. Then we have Decon in Hawaii in August. Programming note, Permission Mission, which usually runs live in 1 hour from now. We'll actually be doing a re-air show today. Mary is taking care of some business outside the studio, so tune in 1 hour. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Thoughts Count Anywhere, the world of professional wrestling. And then at 12 to 1 tomorrow, yours truly will be hosting one of our fan favorites, Mystic Mona. So if you want to have a mini reading live on the air and also learn about her new show, join me tomorrow from 12 to 1 p.m. as always. Thank you for watching. Be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Thank you for watching, everybody. Aaron Phelps and the crew, we are out. Have a great week.